And we're back. Sorry, we were disconnected and I missed you guys. But thanks for your patience again. This is my first live stream and the risk involved with some of those purchases and how you get involved with them. So we were talking about your local your local coin store. Maybe you can go by there and pick up something that you're going to hold and buy it now, sell it later for a greater value. Same thing you can do with real estate. You know, the markets, you can compare the two and see that real estate, well, they don't make land anymore, but you can sure buy and sell it, right? You can buy and sell a land transaction, just like you can coins that are already minted, that have already been poured and are in general circulation. You can buy them and you can sell them. So I would just remind us that the unfortunate banking system in the United States of America has the Federal Reserve to deal with, and that complicates what the real value of the United States dollar is. And therefore, if you're a coin collector or if you're someone who invests and puts some of their finances stored into coins or precious metals, bullion, then you understand that you're doing that because it's your hedge against the United States dollar. And Janet Yellen, they continue to put out more chips on the table. That dilutes the chips that are already in circulation. And we're talking about chips in this sense, it's the US dollar. So unfortunately, we can never really get a true value, really an intrinsically true value on the United States dollar. And we have to remember that. That's one thing that you have to always keep in mind, because we are very reliant on the US dollar here. We're Americans, and that is our choice and tender of currency here with the United States government. So if you want to hedge against that, whether it's going to go up or down with inflation or deflation, depending on the monetary policy of your president, the Congress, the Federal Reserve Chairman, what they do to manipulate the supply and the demand of the US dollars. That affects everything that we do. It doesn't matter whether it's the food at the grocery store that you buy, at your local coin store, it's affected. It's affecting the banking system and our investments. So if you're holding land, maybe you're having to pay more for a mortgage if you're holding on it. Maybe you've purchased it outright. And so again, congratulations. These are all investments and they hold different levels of risk. Now, if you were to take a hedge, again, a hedge is something that is going to give you a bit of, I call it insurance, but let's don't confuse that term, please. It's just something to give you, it's to cover your back, cover your butt, right? CYA against some of your other divested allocations or assets in your portfolio. And a portfolio can be a folder that has your assets listed in it, right? Doesn't mean that you have some grand cashed out poobah who is running a show for you. No, I think you probably can take care of this yourself. And so if you look at your holdings in your asset, most of the time you'll find that some things offset the other. And so that hedge, that covering your ass, is what we're talking about. So for the United States dollar, you know, we've been up and down over time. If you look at a graph or a chart of the United States dollar, you'll see how it falls in relation to the market cap, how much supply is in service today. And you can also compare that to what would be newly minted coins at the US Mint. There are coins being produced by miners, by the bullion dealers who buy the silver or the copper or the gold, and then they put it into their manufacturing process and they produce for their dealers a finished product. So for the silver to get to the end user in the shape of a minted coin for a brand new year, that product, excuse me, that product has had a pretty long haul, and it has gone from a unrefined source in the ground, a precious metal, refined and constructed into a brand new item that is now joining other supply of those same items, and it's increased the supply. Therefore, the value of that item gives you its worth. And so when we look at minted coins, if you look at slabbed coins, you see there's all kinds of different ratings. You can find junk silver, you can find the type of instrument or tool, again, that suits your needs, whether it's how much you can spend to get into that type of a hedge item, or if it's something that you just have a personal liking for collecting. And so those are items that, again, fall into the conclusion or your decision to evaluate the risk involved with the decision, to decide how much money you have to spend on that decision, and if it is right for your lifestyle or portfolio. If you're a young person, old person, there's always something that suits you. And so buying low and selling high with a environment that gives you an opportunity to get in at the beginning or the ground floor, where supply may be low and demand is high, well, that's your best bet going. That's the best case scenario. And the currency markets have become more popular in the mainstream America with the acceptance of the Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is a digital currency among many. In fact, they're considered tokens, really. And the word token, you'll find there are lots of tokens that are accepted for payment in the world. Now, the United States accepts the United States dollar. They'll accept some forms of currency that now have become digital, like the token we're speaking of, the Bitcoin. It is now accepted by certain vendors in the United States. They will take your Bitcoin for payment. And that, along with the ability for you to purchase on an exchange, a currency exchange, exchanging your dollars, US dollars, for a Bitcoin or portion thereof, that is something that is able to be done today in a practical sense. It's easy to do, and that alone has opened the door to allow for companies here in the United States to accept payment in the Bitcoin form. Now, this has been accepted in England, UK. It's been accepted in the Euro community for a little while, but this is something that's more trendy now in the United States. So you can capitalize on an opportunity here where the supply for the payment vendors in the United States is low, and the demand is gaining and becoming higher. And I'm speaking about using discounted money to purchase discounted goods. The best example I've given, and what has really made me excited, is that the companies who are the gold dealers, silver dealers, your bullion dealers, like Provident Metals, like JM Bullion, they are promoting the use of Bitcoin and other digital currencies. They will accept payment today for your silver coins, your clad, your junk, whatever you wish to purchase, maybe a cool poured bar, but those items can be paid for by Bitcoin. And so I think that's pretty cool. That allows you to take what invested funds you could have made profit from in your exchange of the United States dollar for a digital token currency that is worth more than the dollar, and you have made a profit therein. Your profit then can be used to make purchases or you can send your profit to your PayPal account. Those are two very simple and tangible items that most Americans today can wrap their hands around. And for me, it was very exciting. I was very enthused and encouraged to know that if I chose wisely and I made investments, that in my digital currency wallet, I can let the dollars appreciate in the form of those Bitcoins or Litecoin or even Ethereum. It depends on your choice. You can choose to own multiple types of digital currencies in your cold wallet. That's where you'll be storing them. So taking your funds and having them at your disposal, the fear of how do I get my money out of this currency market? How do I get it out of a digital coin setup? If I buy Bitcoin, I will have the availability now to either exchange it and cash out like I'm at a casino, walk out the door with my PayPal money, or I can take those funds and pay directly in Bitcoin, not even needing to exchange my money, currency, and buy more silver, buy more gold. And that's what I'm going to do in the short term. I also look forward to taking my friends on a further learning experience, as you can see how it works for me. There are different levels of risk, and again, we're talking cryptocurrency today, and I want to thank you very much for joining me. Please share this chat if you get a chance, if you're out there. I thank you very much. Now, I will remind us, please, that this is my gun channel, and I will ask you to join me for future Crypto Club chats that are going to be on my crypto channel, Crypto Bird Dog. So thanks a lot to join me there. Now you can find these descriptions below. Please sub, please check out my social media. You can follow me and ask me any of those questions. I really am here to help you. I want to help you understand the possibilities that lie waiting for you. And the two things that I did to already take my money, which I decided I was going to make a profit from, I changed it from the US dollar into the Bitcoin. And I did so at Coinbase.com. So I share with you that I'll give you $10 to get you started on Coinbase.com. If you use my link below, that's the referral for your free bonus. And you can get that from myself if you decide that you sign up and have $100 or more, like I did, deposited into your account. And when you decide that you are educated enough to take that funds and either cash out the difference in your profit, you may do so, like I said, with PayPal, or you can send it right back to your checking account from the Coinbase. You have a second alternative that you can then reinvest your funds. That's what we were talking about earlier, the ROI, your return on your investment. You want to make sure that you can take your money and make it work for you. If you've earned it, why not? Reinvest it. Make it work for you. I personally like to keep as many irons in the fire as I can. So if I can take my money that's in my Coinbase account and then I reinvest it into another avenue down the road and earn daily compounded interest, that really interests me. So I know I've spoken to you about this before, but we're going to get short sights right now and look into just setting up an account for your digital exchange. And that wallet is a Coinbase wallet that you'll be able to deposit your money into and receive your $10 free bonus from myself. You can use that as you like, but I would suggest to keep in mind, please, that the Coinbase wallet is what we call a hot wallet. And it is something that is connected to the internet. As long as you're on the internet, it's connected to the internet. You do not have the encryption privacy key that's associated with the cold wallet. A cold wallet is a set of passwords that is a very safe manner for you to install yourself on your own PC. You're not linked with it to anyone else. The key is kept by you. You print it and you put it in your safe. So again, the difference between a hot and a cold wallet is important. And the Coinbase wallet that you originally get set up with is a hot wallet. My recommendation, my process is that once I get money into my hot wallet on Coinbase, I go ahead and I work my plan. And I transfer my money then into my cold wallet. My cold wallet I use is the Exodus, and you could also choose other wallets. That's up to you. Just share them with you what I do. And so at that point, I feel that my transactions, my Bitcoin, whatever profits I've made and taken and transferred over, then those are set and they're safe. No one can transact those except for myself. So again, we're just now looking into what is setting up a Coinbase account. If you'd like to join me and further this experience and go down the road, we'll see how we can work towards some compounding of interest daily. There's the opportunity to make over 1% daily of compounded interest on your deposit. And that's something we can discuss further in the future at the next Crypto Club. I want to thank you very much for joining me today, and I will look forward to any comments below and remind you please that the next Crypto Club we're going to do is going to be on my other channel, so please go over there and sub it. The neat thing about digital currency is that it is a growing trend. It is a growing currency. It is not just tokens anymore. 11 countries currently accept payment of Bitcoin. And again, I'll reiterate, there's other coins out there, Litecoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin. Dogecoin's not that great. EOS, Ant. There's probably 50 to 60 that are popular. And so without you worrying, the most popular is Bitcoin. And that's what I suggest that you tend to at this time. Thank you very much for spending time with me today. And again, we want to make some money. We want to buy low, sell high. We want to plan your work and work your plan. That way, you'll minimize your risk and your mistake. All right, thanks again for joining me. Please PM me. Please check out some Facebook, my Twitter handle. And if you need any questions, I'm happy to answer them. We'll get to it as soon as possible. Take care and happy investing. See you next time. BirdDog1227.